What's up, everybody? Matt here with the NFT Garden. We're just going to do a really quick recap of everything that was dropped last night during the HapeBeast Twitter Spaces. So if you missed out on that, go and check out the official HapeBeast Twitter profile, which is linked down below. And they have the recap there. It's recorded. You can listen to the whole thing. It's about an hour long. The audio starts at about 11 minutes, so you can go ahead and skip forward. That way you're not listening to emptiness, but you can definitely listen to it for yourself if you don't want to. I'm going to try my best to quickly cover everything that they mentioned. Okay, so the first thing that was mentioned was traits. Now, I said in a previous video that they would have about 400 traits. I was wrong. Digimental originally was going to have about 350 traits, so we got fairly close. But after some contemplation on that, he decided to cut it down to about 250 to 300 traits for the collection. His reasoning was, if everything is unique, nothing is, right? So he did cut down the traits. Even so, that is almost double what we normally see in any NFT project. You'll normally see 120, 160, 200 traits maybe in a collection, so having 250 to 300 is still extremely high, and that just kind of speaks to his attention to detail and the amount of work and effort that has gone into this project. So that's number one. The second big thing that was announced was some information about the roadmap. So we still don't have any information about phase 2 or 3 other than that they are already well on their way of being accomplished as far as being brought into the real world. We have an estimated timeline of about 3 months per phase. So in 6 months time from right now, this was a question that was answered towards the end. In 6 months time from right now, we'll expect to be wrapping up in phase 2 and beginning to announce and debut what phase 3 will be. And the team has already begun roughing out sketches and plans for phases 4, 5, and 6. So this project does not end after phase 3. It's going to continue to go on into the future. Phase 3, they keep saying, is this big milestone for the project. It's the Hape Walk. We don't know what that is. But it is a significant event, but not the last, not the end of the project by any means. So in phase 1, we were told what the music to Hape 2 actually is, and what that is going to be is an airdropped NFT, a music track. Okay, the team has created 4 music tracks, one for each season of the year, so spring, winter, summer, fall, and these music tracks will be airdropped to Hapes. Now, a couple early things that were mentioned earlier in the stream was that each and every Hape will have a birthday and a tribal number. The tribal number is going to be 12 digits, and we don't know exactly what it's going to do. It will come into effect at the end of phase 3. But as far as the birthday goes, that will also be used later down the road, but for right now, you will be airdropped the music track that correlates with the season that your Hape was born in, okay? So if your Hape was, say, born in January, we would expect that to be the winter track, so on and so forth. So 4 tracks were made. They will all be airdropped to Hapes. They will be music, so you can listen to them. There will also be an NFT, so if you want, you can sell them, which is really cool. They will be a part of future phases 2 and 3, so that's important to note. There will also be 1,024 of these musical tracks created and sold to the public to give those people who were not whitelisted or Hape listed a chance to still be a part of the project. So that is really cool. Finally, a 5th track will be created, and this will be sent to Genesis holders, and it will also be airdropped to individuals who hold 4 or more Hapes, as long as they have 1 Hape of every season, if that makes sense. So if you have 4 or more Hapes, and you have 1 Hape for each NFT season, then you will be good to go, and you will get that 5th track. So that's really big, really important. A couple other pieces of information they dropped is that there will be both female and male Hapes. The differentiated trait will be females will have eyelashes, males will not. The clothing that they create will be unisex and female, so the female Hapes will still be able to wear all the unisex, and they will also have some clothing created just for them. So that is really cool. A few other things that were announced was, I'm trying to make sure I hit everything. There will be real-world events, and they're going to be coming out with what will be called a Hape badge. Now, this Hape badge will be unlimited in supply, but it will only be able to be minted for a set amount of time. We don't know exactly when or how long that will last, but it is totally free for everybody in the community. You don't have to be Hape listed. You do not have to own a Hape. You can mint one of these. You will just have to pay gas, and this will come into effect, its utility will come into effect later down the road, and it will be required to access in real-world events and also get some of the merchandise. So definitely important and nice that they're still acknowledging and giving something to the community as a whole, because we all work together to make this project be what it is today, even if, you know, not all of us were Hape listed or were able to purchase a Hape off the secondary. So that is a really big thing, really important and really cool. Finally, a lot of things are being kept under wraps just because there is a lot of imitation out there. Hapes have already proven that they set the tone and they set trends in the NFT space, and they do not want a lot of copycats to happen before, you know, they had a chance to really unveil and you know, bring to life some of the things in the roadmap. So definitely really cool. It's worth going and listening to. It's about an hour long, the Twitter Spaces was. It got me super pumped up. So far we're doing really good. There was a little bit of FUD. FaZe Banks released that, you know, announced that after he started listening to the Spaces, he was not going to buy into the project. That's totally fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I personally got pretty pumped up after listening to the Spaces. I don't know exactly what he heard that, you know, kind of turned him off from the project. I think he kind of misunderstood what the creators were saying. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. There was a little bit of a floor drop when he announced that. I think a lot of people from his community were looking towards him and they look up to him for his insights as an NFT investor. And when they heard that he wasn't buying in, I think they panicked a little bit. No matter what, we have a ton of celebrities, a lot of big names in the game anyways, invested in the project, so really no concern. The floor has already bounced back up from where it dropped to, so it was a short-term issue, but if you heard about that, that's kind of what happened. You can probably still see his Instagram story about what he said. But no big deal there. A couple other things. We, again, don't have full IP rights to our Hapes, but we do have full commercial usage. So if you want to go and create things with your Hapes afterwards and sell them, you're totally welcome to. I personally am going to be coming out with a merchandise brand all about the Hape that I get. And I believe that's just about it. If there's anything I missed, please let me know in the... Oh, of course, I missed one of the most important things that there was. They announced when the reveal is going to be. So the reveal for the Hapes is going to take place on February 1st. We don't have an exact time in the day that that'll happen, but we do know it will happen on February 1st. Basically, Digimental is going to try his best to go through each and every single NFT in the collection and make sure they look absolutely perfect. So it's going to almost be... They're going to try for it. It might not happen. Almost be a fully curated NFT collection where the founder and the creator has gone through literally every NFT to make sure it looks awesome. I think that is mainly it. Oh, finally, the NFTs that were created for this video. Digimental spent a full month putting this video together pre, the launch of the actual project. And originally he wasn't going to have these NFTs actually as a part of the project because he handmade them himself, but he has decided against that. They are going to be in the project, and they're going to have a special trait called handmade or handpicked, where essentially it's his signature saying, hey, I made these Hapes, they weren't randomly generated. And that's really cool to see that some people will be getting these Hapes, and they look absolutely amazing. The final thing that he wanted to emphasize is that these are 3D models. Of course, the image that is representing them on OpenSea is not three-dimensional. It is a two-dimensional image, but the actual NFTs that we get are three-dimensional, which means they are ready for the metaverse and all that good stuff, and you will be able to create stuff and content with them in 3 dimensions. So, really important thing there. I do believe that is about it for the Twitter Spaces. Again, I highly encourage you to go and spend the time and listen to it. Again, it's only like 50 minutes. It's really not that bad. It's right there on their official Twitter page, also linked right down below. And that's about it, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. Wanted to create a quick recap, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more great information about Hapes and every other amazing project that is out there. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next time here in the NFT Garden.